Dzień dobry. Czy tutaj jest koniec TV na 5. piętrze?
How are you feeling now before the debate?
I have my message and I know that I have to speak to people, not to her. Like, I'm not gonna convince her to respect me.
Βαρσοβία, καλοκαίρι 2024. Είμαστε στη χώρα που έχει μία από τις πιο περιοριστικές νομοθεσίες για τις αμβλώσεις στην Ευρώπη. Στην Πολωνία, οι γυναίκες δεν έχουν ουσιαστική πρόσβαση στην άμβλωση, γεγονός που έχει οδηγήσει μέχρι και σε τραγικούς θανάτους, σαν να μην έφταναν οι λόγοι που μετράμε λιγότερες γυναίκες καθημερινά. Ο πολωνικός ποινικός κώδικας, μάλιστα, ορίζει πως αν βοηθήσεις απλά μία γυναίκα που θέλει να προβεί σε άμβλωση, ως μητέρα, φίλη ή γιατρός, τιμωρείσαι με φυλάκιση έως και 3 έτη. Για το σώμα μου και τη ζωή μου αποφασίζω εγώ. Αυτό είναι το μήνυμα που προσπάθησαν να περάσουν εκατοντάδες χιλιάδες άνθρωποι που βγήκαν στους δρόμους σε κάποιες από τις μεγαλύτερες πορείες που έχει δει η Πολωνία μέχρι και σήμερα.
Dobry wieczór, witamy Państwa w debacie Gońca. Nazywam się Wojciech Mulik. Moimi i Państwa gośćmi są dzisiaj aktywistka aborcyjnego Dream Teamu Natalia Broniarczyk, witam serdecznie.
Dzień dobry.
Oraz Kaja Godek, Fundacja Życie i Rodzina, witam serdecznie.
In 2012 I was pregnant and I was feminist activist at that time. I thought that I know everything about sexual life and you know, contraception and everything, but I realized that still I don't know what to do with unwanted pregnancy.
When I was a kid, you know, I always got this message that if you get pregnant, your life is over. I'm 28 and I've never lived in a country where abortion is legal.
Abortion
is.
What does it mean?
Is like there is abortion.
Abortion exists.
Shortly. Like no matter what like the politicians will gonna decide, no matter what the church decide, like, abortion is.
Projektu ustawy w brzmieniu z druku nr 477.
Dekryminalizacji aborcji w jakim znaczeniu?
Dekryminalizacji pomocnictwa do 12 tygodnia ciąży.
Nie.
Nie podpisze pan
Nie,
tej
bo dla
ustawy?
mnie aborcja to jest zabijanie ludzi.
Στα μέσα Ιουλίου, η Πολωνική Βουλή είχε τη δυνατότητα να αποποινικοποιήσει την παροχή βοήθειας στην άμβλωση. Το νομοσχέδιο, ωστόσο, δεν πέρασε, για 3 μόνο ψήφους. Μένει να αναθεωρηθούν άλλα 3 σχέδια νόμου σχετικά με τις αμβλώσεις. Από το 2021, η άμβλωση είναι νόμιμη στην Πολωνία μόνο όταν η εγκυμοσύνη είναι αποτέλεσμα βιασμού, αιμομιξίας ή όταν κινδυνεύει η ζωή ή η υγεία της γυναίκας. Η οπισθοδρόμηση αυτή αναδεικνύει την επίγουσα ανάγκη να γίνουν προσπάθειες για ζωτικής σημασίας μεταρρυθμίσεις, καθώς οι νόμοι και οι πολιτικές της Πολωνίας σχετικά με τις αμβλώσεις δεν συνάδουν ούτε με το Διεθνές Δίκαιο των Ανθρωπίνων Δικαιωμάτων, ούτε με τις κατευθυντήριες γραμμές του Παγκόσμιου Οργανισμού Υγείας.
Sejm odrzucił ustawę dotyczącą dekryminalizacji i depenalizacji aborcji. Pytanie więc, czy była to dobra decyzja?
I my zdecydowanie jako aktywistki aborcyjne chciałyśmy więcej. Chciałyśmy i dalej chciałyśmy, żeby ta ustawa znosiła całkowicie karanie za wykonanie aborcji, za pomoc w aborcji, czyli dokładnie tak, jak mówi Światowa Organizacja Zdrowia.
I każda ustawa poszerzająca prawo do aborcji w Polsce powinna być potraktowana dokładnie tak samo, powinna wylądować na śmietniku. Pomoc w aborcji nie powinna być nigdy zdekryminalizowana, tak samo jak nie można odstępować od karania za pomoc w gwałcie, za pomoc w rozboju, za pomoc w kradzieży. Przestępstwo jest przestępstwem.
They don't create this law to punish you. They don't create this law to keep you in prison. They create this law to keep you ashamed, to keep you quiet, to keep you, you know, isolated.
So historically, abortion has always been a very heated topic in Poland, and the whole situation actually started back under the communist rule, because the opposition movement, the solidarity movement that most people are at least somehow familiar with, it was very church-oriented as well. And while the church was very pro-opposition and technically pro-democratic, or anti-communist at least, they were also very anti-feminist, of course. And so by the 1980s-ish, we had quite a lot of Catholic doctors who were trying to raise their cause, and by 1990s, early 1990s, there were already very serious talks of limiting access to abortion in the country. There was a deal made behind the scenes. And the church said, okay, we will support the claim to join the European Union if you limit access to abortion. So they basically traded. And as we know they did, in 1993 we got an extremely restrictive anti-abortion law.
Abortion law was changed in Poland, and then the abortion was like started to be forbidden, almost like in each cases.
We have received threats and attacks over the years. I can actually show you because I have it somewhere on my phone. I got an email with my picture. It looked like someone was pointing a gun at me, and the picture was like someone subtitled it as "die." And I had no idea, and I remember being terrified of going to that protest because I had no idea if someone's going to hurt me or any of my colleagues, because we all received that email.
Iza was the first person, I think, the first woman who died after the decision of Constitutional Tribunal in Poland in 2020, when they decided to restrict anti-abortion law even more. That was the moment when we realized that sometimes like this is not enough, and some women will not call us, or they will not find a number. They will not write a message because they don't know that we exist. We knew that it was easy to save her. It was very easy to save her. They should do abortion immediately. And that was difficult also. That was a difficult moment for us because at the same time one of us received charges for helping in abortion. That was the same, like almost one day. We were on the streets because of Iza, and the day after we had to go to the police station for the charges from prosecutor. I felt that government really tried to kill us. Like, that was the moment when I realized that they can do everything with us. They can put us in jail, they can, you know, kill us in hospitals. 2 months later, a second woman died. Now we have at least 6 women in 3 years. Iza's story showed us that for Polish doctors, the patient is a fetus, and the woman is only the carrier. Yeah, like a, you know, machine.
Można używać ich samodzielnie. To są tabletki do aborcji farmakologicznej. Nazywają się mifepriston i mistać cię na zabieg. Dzwoń na aborcję bez granic. 2229 22597.
Czekam na kraju, w którym tylko mi wolno malować się, być ładną i spokojną.
I was born in a country where I only can, you know, pay the lipstick and I should be quiet. You can split us, you can throw the gas to our eyes. We stand here, even if we are tired. But that our country destroyed us. You talk about the human rights, but only when humans are not women. Andrzej Duda, like the president, shut up, because we are on war. Fuck law and justice. That's why I cannot live here.
I was so scared and so afraid that it will not gonna happen, that I will be pregnant and I will have to deliver. And happily I found information that there is a group in internet and they have an online forum and they might have the information how to get abortion pills. And I reached out, and Justyna, who answered my phone, she told me that she can help me. She told me, don't ask any questions, give me your address and I will help you. And 3 days later I had my pills. And she was with me during my abortion on phone. She told me what to do, what's gonna happen. And straight after my abortion, I remember my reaction to it, that I felt so relieved. It took me 5 hours to regain control. And I remember that I remember specific moment when I felt that this is over. And when Justyna told me on the phone, congratulations, you are not pregnant anymore. I wanted to dance, scream. I was so happy, so happy. That was one of the best moments in my life, because I realized that really this is my body and this is my life. And no one can decide, only me.
When there was a moment to try to change this law, each time there was something much more important. Each time there was not a good moment to talk about. We could hear from the politicians, it's not a good moment. So, now we will gonna build a new Poland, after transition. Then we will gonna, I don't know, join EU. Then we will gonna do this and that. So there's always not a good moment. And right now we can see the same. Now we have this new government. And after 6 months, nothing changed in abortion law. So this is the same situation. They needed women to win the election, but they completely forgot about them after winning election.
The new government does have a possibility, an opportunity, and they're still treating abortion as a pawn. And there are still Christian Democrats who are not willing to agree, and they are gambling with our lives and with our health, with our dignity, with our humanity.
Το 1993 έγινε μια συμφωνία. Η Καθολική Εκκλησία απέτησε την πλήρη απαγόρευση των αμβλώσεων, την ποινικοποίηση της ενέργειάς τους, ακόμη και την τιμωρία των γυναικών που δεν φροντίζουν επαρκώς το παιδί που έχει συλληφθεί. Το 2016, στις 22 Σεπτεμβρίου, την ημέρα που συζητήθηκε στο Πολωνικό Κοινοβούλιο το νομοσχέδιο για την απαγόρευση των αμβλώσεων, το κόμμα Razem διοργάνωσε διαδήλωση με την ονομασία Czarny Protest, δηλαδή μαύρη διαμαρτυρία. Λίγες μέρες μετά, στις 3 Οκτωβρίου του 2016, χιλιάδες Πολωνές γυναίκες δήλωσαν ότι απεργούν και συμμετείχαν στις διαμαρτυρίες για να αντιταχθούν στην προτινόμενη νομοθεσία για την πλήρη απαγόρευση των αμβλώσεων. Η μέρα εκείνη έμεινε στην ιστορία ως Μαύρη Δευτέρα. Σχεδόν 100.000 διαδηλώτριες και διαδηλωτές εμφανίστηκαν στους δρόμους για να αποδοκιμάσουν το νέο νομοσχέδιο. Εκείνη τη βροχερή μέρα, τα σύμβολα της διαμαρτυρίας ήταν μια θάλασσα από μαύρες ομπρέλες και κρεμάστρες.
The pro-abortion protests were the biggest ones in my lifetime in Poland. So it's what you know, abortion, who was always so divisive, the word that wasn't even used in the public media. People honestly used to say that word that starts with an A. So because it was terrifying, and suddenly we have hundreds of thousands of people chanting that they're for abortion in the streets. It was something that I honestly couldn't wrap my head around.
After the decision of Constitutional Court, when many of the women who were like never involved in protests, in politics, they went on the street. They started to post something on Instagram. It was like the huge thing. Like, you know, the fashion influencers, they had a feeling that they need to say something. Honestly, I've seen like so many like the protests about abortion for like last 15 years. So I was so surprised when I went to the protest and I could see 100,000 of women. There was really rainy day. We all had an umbrellas. So there was like the amazing pictures when you have like 100,000 of people with an umbrellas. And like people after work, like the ladies in the suits, like with an umbrella, they went for a protest.
Στην Πολωνία είχε ήδη εξαπλωθεί ένα αποπνικτικό κλίμα φόβου. Αν και οι απεργίες δεν είχαν ως αποτέλεσμα την πλήρη ανατροπή των νόμων κατά των αμβλώσεων στη χώρα, έφεραν στο προσκήνιο τη συζήτηση για τα αναπαραγωγικά δικαιώματα των γυναικών. Είναι εμφανές ότι η Καθολική Εκκλησία μέχρι και σήμερα κινεί τα νήματα και ασκεί έλεγχο στην αυτοδιάθεση του γυναικείου σώματος στην Πολωνία.
There is a lot of influence from anti-choice activists. There is a lot of influence from fundamentalists. Poland is one of the hubs for religious and anti-choice fundamentalists in general.
Πολύ συχνά, οι φεμινίστριες ακτιβίστριες για το δικαίωμα στην άμβλωση στοχοποιούνται, δέχονται επιθέσεις και κατηγορούνται ως δήθεν συνεχίστριες των Ναζί. Το επιχείρημα ότι ακολουθούν χιτλερικές πρακτικές και σκοτώνουν παιδιά συνεχίζει τη βία λεκτική, ψυχολογική και γυναικολογική που υπόκεινται όλη τους τη ζωή οι γυναίκες. Τις φημώνει και τις θυμώνει.
Jest bardzo pewna siebie, bo pani funkcjonuje w jakimś otoczeniu w tym momencie, tak? Ja chcę pani uświadomić, że nazistowscy zbrodniarze też funkcjonowali w jakimś otoczeniu i oni mieli dużo większe poparcie w niemieckim społeczeństwie niż pani ma w polskim.
After 2020, so after the Polish Constitutional Tribunal's ruling that drastically limited accessibility of abortion in the country, I do believe that Poland legalized a form of torture. It is mistreatment, it's inhuman treatment. We've had several international bodies supporting that claim. Let's just mention, I don't know, European Court of Human Rights.
In Poland, interpretation is against women, and we can see that to have legal abortion in Polish hospital, your situation has to be critical. You have to be almost, you know, dead. And then maybe you will access abortion. So law is one problem, but I think patriarchy in medicine, among politicians, among doctors, and among lawyers is the other thing.
Co tak naprawdę mogłoby się stać w Polsce, gdyby to aborcja i jej dokonywanie dotyczyła mężczyzn?
Ja uważam, że gdyby mężczyźni zachodzili w ciąży, to aborcja by była w smakach jak kawy z niektórych firm.
For me, like from this political perspective, it's very interesting to see how the mostly men, like in a parliament, how they discuss or not discuss about the abortion. They had no idea about abortion. They had no idea how it looks like. So they really believe somehow that if they were gonna be anti-abortion, it means there will be much more children born in Poland, which is like stupid, because women are afraid to be pregnant. If there is such a strict abortion law, if they are afraid if something will gonna go wrong, then what I will gonna do? The first big protest that they will gonna see against them, it will be women's protest.
I'm fucking pissed. Honestly, I'm fucking pissed that we got to that point, that this is what we have to do in order to feel at least a tiny bit safe. So I am absolutely sure that this will change at some point, because people are getting furious and the politicians are always afraid of losing power.
When we organized first demonstration, it was quiet demonstration. It was like a silence demonstration for Iza. And her brother wrote me, "Why it's quiet? You should burn this country." And to be honest, I regret that we didn't burn this country. Because we should be furious.
Wysyłają mnie do jakiegoś takiego, ja nawet nie wiem, do czego idę. Miałam odebrać poród martwego dziecka, okazuje się, że odbieram aborcję.
Ja przed chwilą dosłownie połknęłam mifepriston, czyli tabletkę aborcyjną, znowu, żeby pokazać pani, że pani mnie nie zatrzyma, ani
Może
żadnych
pani mi dać
kobiet.
jedną taką tabletkę?
Proszę, ja bym chciała skończyć.
Bo ja też chciałabym
Tabletki aborcyjne. Bezpieczna metoda aborcyjna, którą możesz zrobić w domu. Tylko, że proszę bardzo.
Ja teraz deklaruję, że ja zaniosę to do laboratorium i przebadamy cały łyka pani Broniarczyk, bo pani Broniarczyk, gdyby naprawdę łykała mifepriston cały czas, to by się dawno wykrwawiła. Prawdopodobnie bierze tiktaki, cukierki.
Abortion is happening. Their decisions are pointless. Of course, we have to work more, we have to ask for money, of course, we have to organize ourselves, but we are together.